Hi, my name is Mark Young. I'm the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer for Tropic Air Power in Indiantown, Florida. We're an FAA repair station for Lycoming Continental, Bendix and Slick Magnetos. We're also the very first power flow dealer for power flow systems in Florida about 15 plus years ago. That's when Robin was running and invented the power flow, and I'd talked with him and I knew what he was doing, so I became his first dealer. We've sold multiple power flows since that time to all kind of different customers with different size airplanes, and Tropic Air Power, thank you, has always had 100% satisfied customers. It's been a real pleasure to sell those because they work. And recently, last year, I have a little R22 Alpha helicopter, and I purchased a power flow for it. So it was interesting that for the first time, instead of just selling them, I'm now a customer of a power flow. I installed it by myself. I started testing it, and I had flown the aircraft before and after, stock exhaust with the power flow, and to say it was impressive is an understatement. It gained so much, even though the manifold pressure was derated by the STC from 25 redline to 24 manifold pressure redline. Last summer, I was in it with a friend of mine about the same size and all, full load of fuel, hot, humid August day in the swamps. I lift up, pull red line 24 inches, stabilize at 60 miles an hour, and I look over and my VSI is 1,000 dead nuts feet per minute. I was impressed, to say the least. By myself, I can easily hit 14, 15 and beyond, depending on how much power I want to pull out of it. It sounds great. It's much quieter flying over neighborhoods. You cannot find a better deal, dollar for dollar, to increase the horsepower in a Robinson Beta 1 on down than with a power flow exhaust system.
What would you see before in those same conditions with the original exhaust?
I'd be pulling red line and above red line easily. I'd be pulling an inch or two above red line to get the same results.
Okay.
And so I figure I gained about an inch and a half.
Inch and a half manifold.
About an inch and a half manifold pressure easily.
Okay. Do you ever fly it faster, the helicopter faster now, or are you just throttling back?
Actually, when I first started running, I was throttled back to like 21 inches, and I was still doing between 90 and 100 miles an hour.
Which is what you were used to?
Yeah. And before I was running 22, 23 and a half inches.
All right.
And so now I basically run about 22 inches, and depending on the headwinds, I average around 100 to 108 miles an hour. If I pull at red line, I will exceed the airspeed indicator.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
With some tailwinds, I've seen ground speeds of 130. And that's not at red line, but that's with a good tailwind. At the same time, I've gone into headwinds and seen a ground speed of 69 with a headwind of 100. So it's all relative to the headwinds and all, but the power flow, yeah, definitely helps. It's more economical, so I'm pulling less manifold pressure to get the same speed. It's smooth, it has a beautiful sound.
Awesome.
Been very reliable.
How easy was it to put on?
Very, very straightforward. I probably could have used a third hand, but I'm mechanical, so I did it. And it probably took me about 3 or so hours to do it, but I took my time, just following the instructions. It was well packaged, everything fit perfectly, and very straightforward.
Awesome.
Basic tools, put it on, fire it up and go fly.
Cool. Now, so as an engine guy, you've been working on engines for many, many years. People have asked us, said, hey, what is this? And we say it's headers for your airplane. Would you agree with that statement?
100%. And that's when I called Robin up. I said, I know what you're doing, Robin. I said, it's just headers, or equal length headers. He said, yeah. And I've looked at headers in magazines lately because I have a teenage son, about 18, 19, that's got a Chevy truck and he wants to hop it up a little bit. Hey, let's put some headers on it. So we're looking at headers, and I was a little upset because I'm looking at the headers in the magazine. I said, those are not true headers. They're not equal length. You can see it. And these are true equal length headers, which guaranteed, it's an old hot rodder trick, been around for decades and decades. Equal length headers to a common collector, you're going to gain horsepower, 10% plus easy.
Awesome, awesome. So any advice to anyone that maybe is a Robinson helicopter owner?
If you want more power out of the Robinson, the cheapest, easiest way to do it is bolt-on horsepower, as their ad says. Put on the power flow. You'll be really happy and satisfied. I've yet to have an unsatisfied customer.